Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Blu Ray Hunter. I'm the Blu Ray Hunter, Jonathan Moody, and I've got an awesome show for you guys. We're going to be talking about my top 10 4Ks for horror. Welcome to October. This is the spooky season time. This is time where things are going to get really horror like. It starts in September generally, but I decided October is really the month that like horror comes to life. Things start coming out, people start getting excited watching horror films and other things. And so I wanted to do a recommendation for you of my top 10 4Ks, and then I have another video I'm going to be doing my top 10 Blu-rays. So these are in order of top 10, but these aren't necessarily going to be like in order, period. I mean, there will be I may change things up once in a while. You never know. But here we go. We're gonna start it off with my 4Ks. Woof. I'm getting old here. We're gonna start with my 4Ks. I'm excited. Like this is gonna be a lot of fun. I love horror. If you guys all know me pretty well, you know I'm a horror writer. I'm a horror filmmaker. I do horror stuff all the time. I just absolutely love this genre. So you're gonna get to see some stuff that, and I'm gonna talk about them each and every one since there's 10 of them. So my top 10, here we go. Starting off, number 10 was Hellfest. Um, Hellfest is a film that I think is it's good. It's fun. I like Bloodfest. I think that was the thing that it was called. It was the other one that they did that was sort of similar but a little different. This one's set in an amusement park where people are supposed to be jumping out at you and doing that stuff, and you're going through mazes and whatnot. And what if there was actually a killer in those mazes? That actually does kind of creep me out to think about. It is really well done, well directed, well acted. Um, who directed it? Nobody that I know offhand, right? Um, Gregory Plotkin. I know that name from somewhere. So Gregory Plotkin, other than this movie, hopefully. um, Gregory Plotkin directed this film. It was just fun. It's just pure. If you're just looking for a slasher film, about a killer who's going around in a amusement park killing people. It's just a lot of fun. Next is one I have this is the box set I have on 4K. Well, not box, it's a trilogy, but it's the Purge trilogy. Purge, The Purge Anarchy, and The Purge Election Year. Um, the Purge movies, I've seen the first two, have not seen the third one yet. I'm gonna watch that soon. It might actually be on my things because I'm really excited and I love owning it, especially on 4K. But I need to watch Purge Election Year and see what I think of that one. I know they did like a fourth one, and then they had a TV show and whatnot. The first Purge I thought was okay. I'm not a really big fan of movies set in one location, as many people know. But I did enjoy it. I did find that they what's really good about those kind of things is the claustrophobia that you can have. And if it's really well written, it can be really good. And I think The Purge was written well enough. There was some things I didn't like or whatever, but aside from that, I thought it was a really well done movie. So I enjoyed it. Next is a movie that I absolutely love. I have not seen in forever. I need to rewatch. Maybe I'll rewatch in October when I do sort of a, kind of every day I'll watch a horror film or so or whatever kind of thing. But here we go. The Craft, the original Craft on 4K from Scream Factory. Absolutely love this movie. I remember at first I didn't think I was gonna like it, even though it's got like Nev Campbell and Fairuza Balk and Robin Tooney, all people who and Rachel True, all people who I love. Skeet Ulrich makes a cameo. This was I think this is around the same time as Scream, if not like a year earlier. It's a year earlier. It says 96. That's the same year, but Don't know if it, yeah, so about the same year as Scream, Nev and Skeet were then later on boyfriend and girlfriend in that, and whatnot. And so this was just this was just a fun movie. I mean, you hear everybody say, you're a weirdo, or we are the ones who are the weirdos, Mister, that kind of thing. So you get that from the craft. Now you're gonna be like, why is this so high on your, top five four top 10 4Ks? This is number eight, right? So yeah, no, this is number seven on the list. But why is this so high? What? It's such a great movie. It's Halloween, you know, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I was never a Michael Myers fan as much as I was a Jason fan. Fortunately, I don't have the Friday the 13th 4K, and I'm gonna buy more of the 4Ks and stuff. And I don't even think I put any of the Friday the 13ths in my Blu-rays ones right now because I mean I love them, but I haven't really watched them in a while, and yeah, so they are and it's really hard to pick like which one, so I'm just not gonna pick any for them. But yeah, Halloween one was great. I remember seeing this on 4K when I first bought it and going, wow, like it just looks cool, like so much better, like everything's sharper, and the night scenes you can see better, because I never liked it that, on TV it was too dark and stuff. So, seeing it on 4K, it looks so much better and cleaner and sharper and just wonderful, and probably the way John Carpenter would want it anyway. If he wasn't too busy just playing video games all day and just whatever he's doing right now. Uh, Still doing music. That's great. I just want to come back and do one more movie. Just give us one more, amazing film, something that blow our mind and say, you know what, I'm done. I'm gonna leave it on that because like right now I think he's got that The Ward is his last movie, and he needs another one that's just gonna be like up there with Halloween. And I think he just doesn't, he's like, I made all those movies. And you're going to see a bunch of them in my collections, because I'm a huge John Carpenter fan. Next is a vampire series that I absolutely love and adore. It is The Lost Boys. Um, this I remember. I will always probably remember the day I saw this. I was at my sister's house babysitting my niece, and I was staying. Um, I was on the couch in the living room. I turned on the TV to TBS, and they had Dinner and a Movie on, and Lost Boys was on, and they were having Steak Through the Heart Tartar. And I was like, what is this movie? And so I started watching it. I go, oh my God, it's great. So I went to the video store like the next day or later that week or whatever it was, and rented it because I wanted to see the full cut of it. And I just absolutely love this movie. Just fell in love. The characters are just uh so fun, so goofy. I just loved it. I had a blast. And this has become like one of my favorites. So happy I have it on 4K. Another one I'm so happy to have on 4K is Psycho. And now this is a movie for the longest time, I did not want to watch. Like, I did not want to have anything to do with this movie because, first of all, when I was a kid, it was black and white. I did not watch many things in black and white. I didn't like them. I was into color. Um, I was not a big fan of black and white. Then I watched Psycho in the theater and I was like, what? Why have I been sitting on this movie for so long? And I went on a Hitchcock kick, a kickcock. And that didn't sound right. I went on a Hitchcock kick and I went and started watching every one, and I've become a huge fan. It's all thanks to this movie, Psycho, for making me realize that Hitchcock is really such a fantastic director. And this movie has inspired Halloween. It's inspired many other films. So Psycho is by far one of my favorite. And this is a great steelbook. Oh, I love it. Absolutely. It's got the 4K and oh, Uh-oh, I think I did give away my thing, but I think I've already used it, so ha. And if I didn't, oh well, I don't care because I don't, I don't know. It doesn't matter. All right. Next is another John Carpenter film, but a scarier one in my opinion. Something that has terrified me. Now, a lot of people say The Thing. I don't have The Thing on 4K, and I have it on Blu-ray, but uh, you know, whatever. I really absolutely love this movie over a lot of them. I think this movie is frightening and terrifying. It is Prince of Darkness. Whoops. Let me move that out of the way. Prince of Darkness on 4K. When I found this at Best Buy, it had a pretty good price on it, and I was like, I need to pick this up. Like, this is a movie that it's this and They Live. We're at like Best Buy, and I still need to pick up They Live. This is so good. Underrated. Not many people talk about it. If you haven't seen it, please go buy it. It is definitely worth it, especially on 4K. It looks absolutely beautiful. And Donald Pleasance once again working with John Carpenter, so he, comes back to the Halloween. Victor Wong from the Big Trouble in Little China. So it's got a lot of the same people he works with. And it's just another one he made that just really, really kind of creeps me out. I think if Paul ever does it for Forgotten Horror Classics, I want to be on that episode. So I'm going to talk about that movie because I really, really liked it. All right, and next is number three, of my top 10 is a movie that terrified me as a kid, made me want to stay away from the beach. You probably know what it is from that. It is Jaws on a little nice steelbook too. I like when they do these steel books for it. I do not have like a cover for it or anything. Um, but I just like I don't have it for the slipcover for the Psycho one, but I absolutely love it. Look at that. And if you put them together, you take it apart, boom. She is running toward Jaws right there. Swimming toward Jaws. But there you go. Jaws is actually named Bruce. And as a kid, I was always like a huge fan of that movie. I wanted to learn everything about Jaws that I could, and yeah, it's just one of my favorite flicks. All right, now Paul would be like, "Why is this second and not first?" Because this would be I think his number one if he had this on 4K. This would be his number one horror film, but it is The Shining. And I absolutely love The Shining. I think it is such a great movie. I also love the movie Doctor Sleep, which was a sequel to it. But this movie, absolutely the best. Oh my God, this is amazing. Stanley Kubrick. This is probably one of my favorite Stanley Kubrick movies. I think I like A Clockwork Orange a little better, and stuff, but this movie is so fantastic. If you haven't seen The Shining, I don't know what's wrong with you. Go watch it. Especially if you're just getting into horror. This is one of the first ones to really do it. The score, the just everything about it. It is not a movie you can watch just once. It's a movie you watch over and over again and see different things. It is definitely a movie that, if you haven't gotten the chance to watch it yet, please check it out. I think you will like this movie and you'll definitely appreciate Stanley Kubrick as a director. So you're like, wait, so The Shining is number two. What in the world could be number one? Well, it's my favorite horror film of all time, and I had to buy it on 4K, of course, when I first was able to get it, and that is Evil Dead. The Evil Dead. The first movie from the Evil Dead. Not the remake, not the sequels or anything like that, but the first one. It is by far it was one of the first movies to really terrify me as a kid. And it is one of the movies that I still to this day absolutely adore. There are a ton of other movies. I even bought a few recently that are up there as like scary and terrifying, like The Hills Have Eyes and stuff like that. I absolutely love all those, but this movie right here by far is my favorite horror film. Anybody ever asks, what's your favorite scary movie or what's your favorite horror film, however they ask me, I always say The Evil Dead. The Evil Dead original 1981, I think it is, 80, 81, something like that. Evil Dead. Just absolutely adore this movie. If you haven't seen it, again, also like The Shining, go watch it. It is terrifying. The fact that they made this on a very low budget, low budget just makes me go, oh my God, I need to like appreciate this a little bit more. So, The Evil Dead by Sam Raimi. Well, that's it. That's my top 10 4Ks. If you liked any of those, let me know which ones you liked and whatnot. If you haven't seen any of those, if any of those piqued your interest, please go check it out. Please go check them out. Go buy them on 4K. I do recommend them on 4K. I have I'm very specific on my 4Ks in the beginning because, eventually I'm gonna get like a billion 4Ks, whatever I can of the 4Ks. But I'm very specific right now of like, am I going to buy this for 4K? Is this for 4K? Am I going to do that for Blu-ray instead? And those are definitely my top picks. So thank you guys for checking this out. Join me in a week where I'll be doing another one. Until then, bye.